So I warned people at the top of the show, and I guess out of courtesy, I'll do the same in this moment. I'm on one today.
I said I'm on one.
I'm on one. Okay.
Nick, you ain't got to warn nobody. This show, brother.
Blah, 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 blah.
They step on your turf, then you handle it.
I got a list in my pocket, and everybody is getting it today. And if you text into the show, we will gladly accept your text. We will gladly read your text on the air.
We love all listeners.
And if I deem it to be a dumb text,
and viewers,
you're going to get it too.
Of the Battles and Robbie show.
It's a sports debate. It's not personal. I'm just going to get at you today. So next on the list, let me check. JJ Redick.
You just made the list.
You just made the list, JJ. ESPN certainly seems like they are personally offended by this Draymond Green suspension.
Webby nominee, JJ Redick. You
Yes.
get it right. And put some respect on his name, damn it.
Before we get into what JJ dribbled on the air today, let's remind people what he had to say just yesterday on the same station.
Yes, to answer the question, they are exposing the Warriors because we're seeing a lot of the issues that have happened with the Warriors all season long. This team, not the team that has played in 8 finals, not the team that has won 4 championships. This team, this season, they are exposing a lot of their weaknesses. De'Aaron Fox, one of the best clutch time performers, if not the best all season long, led the NBA in total clutch points. He's been fantastic in clutch time. The Warriors were 20-21 in clutch games. The Warriors are a high turnover team. That came back to bite them in game 2. The Warriors are not a good defensive team. They weren't all season. They were middle of the pack in offense and defense all season long. They never had a stretch during the 2022-2023 season where you said, oh, for the last 5 games, for the last 6 games, for the last 10 games, whatever it is, this looks like the Warriors that we've come to know. And the Kings are exposing that. They are exposing that.
So lots of reasons why the Kings were up 2-0 in the series yesterday.
Yes.
Lots of good, tangible basketball reasons.
Stuff.
I don't know who or what got to JJ Redick before he went onto television today. I don't know if the Men in Black came by and wiped the memory away from what he said yesterday to the national television audience. But today, JJ Redick, he felt differently about this series.
They have allowed too much. I have no problem with physical play in the playoffs. But if Steph Curry's not allowed to move off the ball, if you're preventing players from running down the court and you're allowing that to happen, there's a play late in game 2 where Kevon Looney's right underneath the rim, ready for a rebound. Sabonis crashes in, pushes him in the back. They don't call the foul. That's a foul. The referees have dictated too much in the Kings' favor in this series. I really believe that. And I don't know if it's the home crowd or whatever. I rarely complain about the referees. In fact, I don't even know if I've ever complained about the referees. I think they're great. But if they're going to come back in this series, they've got to call the game the way the game is supposed to be called. I really believe that.
And then settle down, Stephen A. Chill out. All right, so JJ Redick. Yesterday, the Kings exposing the Warriors. Fantastic defense, causing turnovers. Oh my God, did you see it? They're exposing the defending champions.
That team.
They're just outplaying them basketball-wise.
Yep, just a better team. They've just been the better team through 2 games.
JJ Redick today.
The
officials are on the side of the Kings.
Crime.
What's going on here?
Crime. What's happening in this series?
I need to talk to somebody about this.
How dare they?
I usually say the referees are great, but in this series, criminal.
Dude, this is comical. This is literally comical.
What happened to all the tangible basketball reasons, JJ? Did they just disappear within the ether?
And for anybody to accuse a Draymond Green opponent of playing dirty basketball to try and bait their opponent into stupid behavior is the funniest take that we've heard today with this whole thing. If that is what Draymond and the Kings have been doing, if they baited Draymond into that, if that's what Domas and the Kings have been doing, you know what they just did? They beat Draymond at his own game. And there's no crying to be had here if they've been playing dirty basketball and pushed Draymond to that point, because Draymond has built part of his legacy on doing just that to other guys. And now all of a sudden he's the victim. Stop it, man. Everybody stop this. It's nonsense.
Yeah. All of a
Hilarious
sudden,
stuff.
JJ Redick, it's all of a sudden he turns into Rick James from the Chappelle Show. He always he's just constantly flipping and flopping all around. Doesn't know.
4 thumbs down.
Yeah, has no idea how to respond or react to these things. This is the stockpile of excuses, right? That's what's happening. The Kings are up 2-0, and now we're trying to scratch and claw and find a reason as to why the Kings of all teams could actually be beating the defending champions in a series 2-0.
Yeah, with dirty basketball.
It's not because of their great defense in game 2.
No.
It's not because they've dominated in the paint. But I guess, as the Warriors told Zach Lowe, if Domas is using the basketball as a weapon, that's how you can dominate in the paint.
What are you supposed to do about that when the guy has a weapon in his hands?
How about the fact that the Kings have just been better than the Warriors in the first 2 games of this series?
Nobody thought that was the case coming into the series. That can't
It's crazy to
that can't
say.
be what happens.
No, it's crazy to say. Maybe just the better team through the first 2 games have won the first 2 games. I want to start a hashtag. Hashtag credit the Kings. Where's the credit for this basketball team, man? Now all of a sudden we get wrapped up because Draymond Green again acted a fool and got himself suspended for a game. Now we're supposed to take everything back from what really happened in the first 2 games. Take back Malik Monk in game 1. Take back D. Fox consistently dropping buckets on their foreheads in the fourth quarter.
He literally tried to take back what he said 24 hours earlier.
Clown. It's a clown show. And JJ's not usually like that. Redick is not usually like that. Again, ESPN got wrapped up in their own juice today. They're all smoking from the same from the same source. They're all just breathing it in, baby. And by the way, both teams have grabbed. Deuce Mason did a great job on Twitter today. He tweeted out a couple of plays where Looney's grabbing guys and pushing guys and shoving guys. Both teams are doing this. Both teams are grabbing. Both teams are shoving. Both teams are trying to impede the other team's movement. Where was JJ Redick after game 1 when Draymond Green tackled Domas to the ground from behind and sat on him for a good 15 seconds? Where was JJ Redick when Draymond Green threw a punch, possibly, maybe, swung towards Harrison Barnes in game 1? Where was JJ Redick with his outrage?
Grabbing a snack.
Where is JJ Redick's outrage when Draymond Green literally smacks Trey Lyles in the throat?
Oh, pee break. He had to pee.
Early in game 2. Where was he then? And oh, by the way, it's just, did you watch the first game? Did you watch the first half of game 2 when Curry and Poole were flopping all over the place, getting all sorts of calls? Did you miss that, JJ?
He had to take his dog out.
Did you check out? Let's hear one more.
Can't see every second, Nick.
Let's hear one more from Redick, please.
It's very clear that Sabonis grabs Klay Thompson, tries to rip him down to the ground to draw a foul, and flops and ends up at Draymond's ankle and then makes a dirty basketball play. That is a non-basketball play to grab someone's ankle. Malik Monk did it to Draymond. This was, I believe, part of the strategy. I'm not saying Sabonis is a dirty player, but there's some dirty plays here.
It's part of the strategy. He fixed his lips to say it's part. Like Mike Brown is going into the locker room before the game and saying, guys, look, the way we win this game tonight, just take them out.
You haven't seen that playbook, Nick? If you turn to the back page of that playbook, you know what it says? Written by Draymond Green. if that's the strategy
Hold on, baby.
that the Kings are taking.
Authored by Draymond.
Authored by Draymond Green. Playing dirty basketball to bait your opponent into something that crosses the line and hurts his own team. They did a Draymond. If that's what they did a Draymond.
Let's just think about this for a minute and try to walk away from the crazy pills that everybody is sucking down in Bristol, Connecticut. Can we just look at this for a second?
Oh, man,
okay?
This is rich.
We just look at this for a second.
This is tasty.
Draymond Green with his history, and we don't even have to go back. I went back earlier because a texter sent something dumb, and I had to put them in their place. We don't even have to go back to how many flagrant fouls and technicals and ejections. By the way, 17 ejections in his career. We don't have to go all the way back. Let's just look at the first game and a half. Again, dragging down Domas and sitting on him in the first game. Taking a swing at HB late in game 1. clapping in the face of Trey Lyles and talking trash, trying to get to Trey Lyles.
Gamesmanship.
Smoking Trey Lyles in the throat, again, with intent, because he knows what happened with Trey Lyles earlier in the season, right? Going back a few weeks ago, a month or two ago, whenever it was. He knows Trey Lyles is the guy that has done something on the floor. It was against the Bucks, right? It was Lopez. He saw the Lopez-Lyles thing. You don't think Draymond Green's looking at film? You don't think Draymond Green's doing a scouting report? Shoot, what did we say before the series? We said, who would Draymond Green go after? And there were plenty of people saying, oh, it'd be Domas. Some said it would be Lyles. I said it might be Keegan if Keegan gets going. You don't think Draymond Green has his own list like I got my list today? He's got his list.
Has scouting reports on who to troll, same as he has like on how to defend people.
Like what
I promise you.
And we're talking about that guy stomping somebody on the floor after 3 or 4 other incidents, and those are the only ones that we know of. There's another video today of Draymond pushing Domas into the crowd with his ass in the front row. There's all this little stuff that he does constantly through the game.
I got to bring up old stuff, man.
And we're supposed to sit here and be like, oh, but the officiating's been one-sided. Why? Because the little Warriors don't like playing with physicality. They don't like being bumped. Because, okay, JJ Redick, who, by the way, we know how you play, JJ, right? 0 defense, 0 physicality, run around the perimeter and take threes. That's what you did. You were great at it. I never played a single second in the NBA. You'll be better in basketball for the rest of your life than I will be. But that was your style of play. That was your style of play, right? So that was basketball. All right, now we're doing media. And I got pretty good experience in the media game. And your style of play was soft. You were soft. You know it. You'd have to admit it. You were a soft player. So what do you want? There's supposed to be no physicality. So JJ Redick wants the Kings to go out there with petals of roses and just drop them on the floor and allow Steph Curry to waltz his way to the bucket. That's what you want, JJ. JJ Redick wants nobody to touch anybody. Just let Steph Curry take all the open threes, baby. Don't try to defend him. Don't try to play him physical. Let the Warriors do what they want to do. That's what we want to see. You want to know why? Because JJ Redick loves a three-point contest. Because that's his style of basketball.
Just let Draymond step on your chest. What's the big deal?
It's too physical. Too physical.
He literally sounded like he was about to cry in that last clip.
It's a strategy. Yeah, that was a strategy. There's no basketball. There's no, hey, let's adjust to the pick and roll to try to take away the deep drop by Looney.
Somebody should play JJ Redick, that clip of JJ Redick saying the Kings exposed the Warriors in the first 2 games.
And again, you can go back and forth, tit for tat.
I wonder what JJ Redick would think of that.
Looney's grabbing people. Wiggins is grabbing people. The Warriors are bumping the Kings and hitting them just like the Kings are hitting the Warriors. You're just getting outplayed. That's all it is. You're getting outplayed. Just admit it to the world.
That can't be, Nick.
You weak.
Stop it.
You weak, feeble organization right now after 2 games in this series.
It can't happen. They don't get outplayed.
Domas is using the basketball as a weapon. You're embarrassing yourself, Golden State. Put the belt on. Make sure the pants are tight. Show up tomorrow night.
They're not used to this. They're not used to this, Nick. You gotta give them some slack. They're not used to this. They're not used to getting slapped around.
We got a whole lot more in 90 seconds.
Cattles
and Rami.
Sactown Sports.